So we're back. Now it's on 640 times 480, but at least it shouldn't be lagging too much anymore. And ENCE on the first gun round, taking a long way to A. Freeze is shutting them down with a frag onto Caron. He gets a second one onto Sunny, and this looks great for Copenhagen Wolves at the moment. ENCE though entering the bomb site. Nasu wasn't able to take down Dupree on that corner, and now it's only Alu and Natu for ENCE. Pim from the pit shuts down Natu, and Alu gets killed from the CTs as well. Copenhagen Wolves taking the first gun round as well as the first pistol, so they are up 4-0 at the moment. Freeze showing great skill there on A long with the AWP, and ENCE wasn't able to rush him fast enough to get a grip on A bomb site. So they are back on a safe round. Alu with 4 frags leading the way for ENCE. On the other side it is Freeze with 7 frags and only 1 death. Sipnik's right behind him. So the terrorists taking it really slow. They're just waiting in apartments. Now Sunny pops out to be killed by Dupree. So is Caron. And Freeze with a crossfire can't connect. Sipnik's taking the frags away in the crossfire. He got 2, the rest got 1. Only Fetish can't get any frags, probably because he was on B. And ENCE now back on the full buy. They really need a round right now. It is 5-0, and Copenhagen Wolves will get the momentum swinging into their side already, even though the money factor might get taken out of the game by the loser bonus, so ENCE might be able to buy up the next few rounds as well and get some pressure onto Copenhagen Wolves in the end. At the moment it's not looking like they are pressuring them very much. They take a very slow approach on bananas, take a peek over there, but they're not yet committing to the site. Now Sunny sets up for the nade. They're probably gonna enter the bomb site in a second. Fetish is pushing through the smoke into that corner there. He prepares for the backstep to stay hidden there until the terrorists fully committed to the bomb site, and now he's pushing out. Fetish got only 1. Sunny was taking care of him, and now the bomb gets planted. It's a 4-on-3 situation, but the terrorists have smoked up the CT spawn so they are safe for now. The CTs have to wait for the smoke to clear, and Natu has a nice position to take care of the ruins push. He gets flashed though, only gets 1 frag. Dupree kills Sunny in the meantime. Pim firing away with a nice spray control puts a bullet into Natu's head, and Copenhagen Wolves only lose 1 player retaking that bomb site. 6-0 now, and ENCE with a bomb plant probably on a buy as well in this round, and they are putting up the guns against Copenhagen Wolves. They really want to get into the game, and it is about time. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Freeze still leading his team with only 1 death in 6 rounds. Impressive score. Dupree and Pimp only went down once as well. Still, they don't have as many frags as Freeze does. Sipnik's with 8 on the second place in the team. And ENCE with a push through middle. The trade wasn't in their favor though. They end up with a 3v4 situation. Freeze down to 25 HP with the AWP. That's probably not gonna hurt him too much in the way he's playing the weapon. So a real 4v3 situation. Sipnik's pushing around to take a peek into middle. No one there at the moment. The terrorists pushing through the apartments, try to get into A from the other side, but they have 1 in pit, and Freeze is looking there as well. He gets massively flashed, misses the first shot. Pim gets 1. Nasu takes care of him though. and he flashes and smokes Freeze and forces him to get away there. But Zipnix takes out Karan, and it's a 1v3 situation now. Nazu was able to plant the bomb, even though getting killed by Fetish in the same moment. ENCE end up buying next round as well, but it's not helping them. They don't get any rounds on the board. Copenhagen Wolves really controlled play there, even though maybe Pimp could have gotten 2 kills there, but he was swamped by the terrorists. But well, they worked good on a long, and Karan, if he got a frag over there, it would have turned out a whole different story. But like this, ENCE is down 7 rounds on the first half, and the CTs go for a slightly more aggressive approach on bananas. They put 1 player behind car already, so they have control of that position. They know it's an A. They have 4 CTs already, 2 on short, 2 on long, and they have a massive crossfire. If they meet the terrorists, they get a trade 1-to-1, so it's a 4v4. The terrorists still swarming the site from short. The CT is hiding away in the bomb site, and on long, Karan takes care of Freeze. Nazu with a frag onto Dupree, and this was only 2 CTs against 4 terrorists, and they put the bomb down. Probably Copenhagen Wolves, they have the money to go for this, so they might try it. Nazu is low on HP, so if they get an early entry frag, they might try this. Fetish gets the frag that I was talking about, and it's a 2v3. Nazu's still low on HP. Fetish just peeking out there from balcony. His teammate gets taken out, and Alu takes care of him as well. Fetish and Zipnix going down in the end, and a nice solid round by ENCE, finally getting control of the bomb site, even though they had 4 CTs to work against in the A bomb site. They managed to get in there pretty fast, and they have their first round on the board, so maybe they can kickstart their game and get something on the board. More than 1 would be nice. Freeze though, making it really hard for them with the first frag a few seconds into the round, and ENCE is crippled a little bit by that loss, even though it's easier to play with 1 man down as a terrorist side. They didn't really have the chance to trade anything for that player that they lost, and it's really not what you're looking at for when you're 6 rounds down and only won your first round. If they lose this, the loser bonus is gone, and then they are back to 0 money. They would have to save again, and this would put Copenhagen Wolves into an 8 or 9-to-1 scoreline. Dupree and Pimp taking out Natu and Sunny. Pimp with a nice push through the back of apartments. Dupree there pushing as well. Zipnix pushing as well. Alu is there in spawn defending himself, but he can't fend off Freeze with the AWP. He certainly can't dodge the AWP bullet, and Copenhagen Wolves now have taken away the loser bonus of ENCE, and they need to save now. As I said, Copenhagen Wolves might end up on a 9-to-1 scoreline, so this round was really important for ENCE, and they lost it. Now they have to pay for that. Oh, and Freeze with a nice frag in middle to start the round. Alu goes down to the big green, and Pimp with 1. Dupree firing away through the smoke, gets 2, pulls out the pistol and takes out Nazu as well. So Pimp and Dupree together with Freeze take care of that save round. Only Freeze gets killed in the mix, but Dupree really showing that he can take care of those unarmed terrorists really easily. Now they are back to a save though, and well, even though it's not looking too good, they might get to a 6-9 scoreline if you're really optimistic. And probably if you finish, you might think, okay, it's not that bad. If they win every round that is left to play, we have a 6-9 scoreline, and well, you could come back from that. So if you win the pistol round, Nazu starting the round with a frag on B, but the terrorists have made their way into apartments as well, and they have the option to go either bomb site. They might want to force a rotation towards B, but NATO gets a frag on A. Now they really don't know where to go anymore. They don't make a move. They should really capitalize on the situation right now and maybe work their way into B. They have 3 players over at Bananas. If they lose Alu and the other A player now, it would be really awkward for them to end up in a 3v3 situation. Fetish though makes it a 2v3 with 2 frags there on the B entrance. He stood really tall for his team, gives Pimp and Freeze a chance to retake the bomb site. And it's getting interesting. 1 CT already in ruins. Pimp is pushing from the CT spawn, and he takes out Karon with a nade. Great work by Pimp there. Freeze and him taking the bomb site. Freeze gets a glimpse of the terrorist in Bananas, but he can't take him out. Alu takes out Pimp, and now it's Freeze against Alu and Natu. Alu gets taken out by a no-scope, and Freeze is now looking for the last frag, but he can't defuse the bomb anymore. It will be 9-2, but Freeze at least is able to take out every terrorist and save his AWP. It's not that bad for Copenhagen Wolves. Well, they lose their 1 round, but they are still 7 rounds up, and they don't have to worry about the money. They made it really expensive for the terrorists, and Sunny only ends up with a Galil in hands. That's all thanks to Freeze in the end. ENCE losing the edge that they had for a second again, and well, I don't see them coming back into the game anymore. They are trying to go for a full A push. They trade frags there. It's a 4v4 still. They are inside the bomb site, but Pimp is in apartments. He gets pushed by Alu, takes him out with a nice headshot though. And he was really saving his own life there, and now gives him the opportunity to push from balcony, and this leaves the terrorists in a really hard spot to defend from. They only have 3v4 situation, and Pimp is firing away onto the graveyard, gets a frag onto Nazu. Sunny is taking out Fetish, but gets pushed by Sipnix. No, Sunny is coming from behind though, gets a frag onto Pimp, but he will be covered by Freeze, I think. Yeah, he gets finished off by the USP, and Sipnix defuses the bomb in the meantime. Nice retake by Copenhagen Wolves. They almost lost it because of Sunny's backstab. He was coming in really late, and if he was there a few seconds before, they might have had a chance to win that round, but like that they weren't able to cover the bomb site anymore. So they are back to saving, and Dupree gets a nice headshot down the middle before it's smoked up, and Sipnix already down, way down at the tree on B long. He gets stationary there to take an eye and maybe get a backstep going while the others work on that echo round. The terrorists though get 2 frags, and Sunny picks up an M4 as well. He has the bomb in hands, and if he gets a frag onto B, he might plant that bomb, and if he goes huge, he might even turn this round into his hands. But at the moment he's looking like he will go A, and this might be the spot where he dies. He's taken the long way towards B, not coming from CT spawn. And he's sneaking up there. Sipnix is covering CT spawn. He should know in a second that Sunny is coming from behind. He took ages to come there, so Sunny is shutting him down in the end. Sipnix didn't even turn around once. He was so sure he's coming from there, but he gets a bomb planted. And Dupree and Pimp will rotate from either side, and they go one by one. Sunny has 2 duels. He wins the first one, and Dupree is down to 32 HP, so now he's got the HP factor into his favor as well. Dupree already on the bomb side. Sunny planted for this position. He's pushing around, and he gets the frag. No, he doesn't. He misses it. Just barely misses it. I don't know how Dupree only got like 12 damage from that bullet. He survives and gets the defuse, and it's really a bummer for Sunny. He played great there. Turned it round, as I said. He got the frag on the B player, and then Copenhagen Wolves was going for the duels instead of pushing him at the same time. This gave him the chance to make it a really close round, and Dupree took it into his team's favors at the last second. He was about to die, and Copenhagen Wolves now up 11-2. Freeze still on the top with 16 frags, as we see Dupree taken out by Alu. It's a 4v4, and the terrorists not committing yet. It's still quite some time on the clock. Forgot that the auto director switched back to the old style. And they still not committing. They smoked up A and they're making their way towards there, but still 2 players working up B, so it's gonna be a really hard to read fake, I think. They have 3 CTs on A, but now one's rotating towards B already. The bomb though is going towards A again, while Fetish is pushing middle. Gets the better of Sunny, and this leaves the terrorists all around the map. They are all having a real huge gap between each other. Alu though closes the gap to Natu, and they join to each other. They get the frags on A, and now the CTs have to rotate 2v3 situations. Well played by the terrorists in the end. They have to thank Alu and Natu to get those 2 frags. Really important stuff by those 2. And Sipnix is really loud there in middle. He gets a frag onto Caron. Still thinks there's someone up in the apartments. Loses a lot of time over there. Gets killed by Alu. Sipnix and Natu now trade damage and blows. But Freeze gets this no scope onto Alu on the bomb site. Defuses the bomb as well, and it was really close there. It was about to explode. Copenhagen Wolves with another last second retake put themselves up 12-2, and Freeze as the last man standing once again. This time he was able to defuse the bomb. So Copenhagen Wolves end up with a massive scoreline. They surely gonna win this match. It's just a matter of how many rounds ENCE is going to be able to pull back. As we take a look at the scoreboard, we see Alu is putting up quite some numbers as well. Still, he's not able to pull his team through. Freeze with 17, Dupree with 13, and Pimp with 15. The new guy in the team already showing his worth. I think the video is still stuttering for you, but I can't do much more about it. It is well, we just have to wait for my new laptop. That's why I took a break in the last few weeks. And Freeze is taking out Natu as I talk. He was prepared for that peak, but the rest of his team is pushing up into B, and they have a 4v2 situation there. Sipnix though takes out 2 with 2 nice headshots. Fetish chimes in with 1 as well. Alu is answering back, but he now is in a 1v4 situation, and the CT is already rotating from every side. He gets a frag onto Fetish to get the bomb planted. It's the last round, so he has to go for it. Dupree is taking him out though, and finishes the first half with a win of Copenhagen Wolves 13-2. And ENCE, if they lose the pistol round, it is looking very dark for them. So it's all up to the Pistols now. They have to win it, and then they have to stay on the gas and try to force Copenhagen Wolves to a bad money situation, even though it's really hard to control the terrorists in that aspect. So I think Copenhagen Wolves will take this match, and they might even get to a scoreline similar to that of the first match of ENCE. And a really bad start for them. Really unhappy for them as well. A few closer scorelines would be nice for them to start off into the league and get their motivation up even more after they took the spot of Fnatic. Fnatic decided to take some time off the online leagues to focus on the upcoming LANs. Obviously the results of Fnatic weren't the best in the past few weeks, so they really need to train much. They need to practice to stand a chance against NIP. And still some warm-up going on. Halftime break. So I can talk more about the settings stuff. As I said, I bought a new laptop or new PC, and it will be shipped in somewhere in November. So that's why I took my time out, but then I saw that this game is not streamed by anyone, so I thought, well, even if I have to stream it in low quality, why not just offer you the chance to keep track of the score and maybe see some nice frags as well, while you're probably watching Very games against Astana, is it? Something like that. But we're going live with a pistol round in the second half. ENCE pushing down Bananas really aggressively. They lose one player already. Sunny down to low HP as well. He gets taken out. And it's a 3v3 though. They took 2 terrorists out as well. Even though the aggression didn't quite pay off as they planned. They end up with a 2v2 in Bananas and a 1v1 on A. And the next frag decides in which favor this round goes, I think. Alu gets out there of the car. This leaves the CTs the opportunity to rotate towards A. Before that, they were somehow caught in Bananas and they couldn't move, those 2 players, because they were covered by the terrorists. Now they have a 2v2 coming up in long. The terrorists can't connect with any bullets, so are the CTs, and they decide to go the other way around towards A short. They plant the bomb, and Caron and his teammates now have to retake the bomb site. It would be wise to wait for the last one to join them, and this is exactly what they're planning to. Alu joins them in the push, and they are all coming from long. They push forward into the bomb site. Cypnix with a nice crossfire. Dupree and Cypnix take out Nazu and Alu, and the last frag goes into Copenhagen Wolves' favor as well. The terrorists managed to win the pistol round of the second half, and the CTs need to buy whatever they can now. They need the next round, otherwise Copenhagen Wolves will be on a match point, and they would have like a lot of match points. I'm sorry, I'm too lazy to calculate now, and And they managed to take out 2 terrorists in the middle, force them to rotate towards B again. And this all without real guns, only Nazu with a shotgun. And he didn't even kill anyone. Freeze not getting the frag onto Nazu on the balcony. A little careless there to jump out like that. And he's down to 9 HP thanks to this carelessness. Still, it's a 3v5 and a real hard position for the terrorists. Even though they have guns, they can be flanked from everywhere while they push the bomb site. Freeze is getting the first frag. He's firing away in the apartments as well. Alu, though, with 2 nice headshots onto Freeze and Fetish, lives only Pimp on the terrorist side, and he's got an AK. Maybe he's going for the 4K now. Let's see if he's getting the first frag there. He's down to 16 HP already, and it's not looking like he has enough time to kill everyone. And Sunny from afar with a P250 kills him from the back, and ENCE win the second round of the half, and this leaves Copenhagen Wolves to save now. So they got themselves some hope at least in the second half. They're going for the default setup. Talking of the terrorists, of course, the CTs as well. 3 players A, 2 B, nothing special coming out just yet. Copenhagen Wolves obviously has a lot of time to win those 2 rounds that they need to finish the game. But, well, you know how those games go. At first you think, okay, we lost 3 rounds now, it's not a big deal. But then somehow you lose gun round after gun round, and you end up saving all the time, and then suddenly you're under pressure, and then it's not working either. So the other team might be coming back, and the ENCE don't lose a single player in this Echo Bash. Claw their way back to a 4-14 scoreline. It sounds kinda ridiculous, but these terrorists have to save another time, and ENCE, well, they inch their way forward. At least gets their heads back into the action. Pimp trades the frag with Alu, but ENCE push down middle, and now they're coming from the back, and now they just fire away, get everybody in the same second basically. Copenhagen Wolves completely overrun there in bananas. The CTs only lose 1 player, and they're building up some money while the terrorists are scraping their pockets to get this full buy going and maybe end up with a 15-5 scoreline. ENCE, though, with the AWP in the hands of Alu, he's a real force with that weapon, and I hope for him to get a few frags to get us a little closer scoreline. He's under pressure already in middle, has to pull back, takes a second peek though, and assumes it is a fake, and this is exactly what it looks like. The bomb is being picked up in terrorist spawn. They're still switching around, not sure where they end up going. They've got 2 players in apartments, so they have the option to go A if B is not working out for them. Dupree with the first frag onto Nazu, takes out one of the A players. And now it's all up onto Karan. He gets pushed from both sides, takes out Sipnix. Now the A short players come there. Alu is covering Karan, who's taken refuge in the bomb site. Gets killed by Fetish though with a headshot, and Alu wasn't able to help him anymore. He was smoked out there. He has to rotate together with his teammate, and they take over short, but there's still one terrorist hanging out in the apartments, and he will be coming late or even peek from balcony. While Alu is pushing Pit, Fetish is there. He peeks out in the right moment, right when Alu was turning around. Freeze gets the frag onto Nazu, and Fetish finishes the round with his third frag onto Sunny. 15-5 for Copenhagen Wolves. A solid round by them. After the first frag, they capitalize on the player advantage on A. And ENCE, well, they have the money to buy up once more, but then it's getting close already. So, well, once more, there's no once more. If Copenhagen Wolves win the next round, the match is over, and it's all on to ENCE. Terrorists still setting up, teasing here and there. Dupree got a glimpse onto A. He knows there's at least one player over there. Well, wow, what a nice information that was. And the second half is looking good for Alu as well. He's really the one player that got the frags on ENCE. While obviously the terrorists didn't have too many frags in this half as of yet. Copenhagen Wolves play with the nerves of the CTs. They wait very long, almost Navi and Astana Dragon style, coming out of the Danish squad there. ENCE is getting nervous. You see Nazu running up and down the bomb site all the time, but they oversaw Fetish, who was pushing down into CT spawn, got the frag onto Alu. Karan though in the pit, and Natu with a re-rotation towards B, catches Fetish reloading his gun, gets a frag. Karan from pit gets another frag there, his second of the round, and the terrorists end up with 2 players on A. The bomb is planted, but Freeze is down to 9 HP and he's under fire by Natu. He gets pushed from Natu as well. Freeze with a frag onto Karan, but that's all he could do. 3 CTs were too much, and they get the defuse and give themselves another chance to fight Copenhagen Wolves, but they need to secure the next 9 rounds, otherwise it would be over. So a huge task at hand for the CTs. Copenhagen Wolves go for a buy, of course. They put the bomb down, even though Sipnix has no head armor, and that's quite a difference if you're playing in M4, because with the head armor you survive, and without you're a one shot. So we will see if he gets the headshot and pays for that head armor that he left at spawn. Natu with the first frag onto Dupree, but he traded 80 HP. And let's see where he is at the moment. He's on short, so he has to watch out. He's rotating though now. Being the player with the low HP, he needs to watch out and take a more defensive position. While Freeze is taking out the CT's, Fetish is there with a frag onto Alu on long. Karondo takes him out with a nade, and it's a 3v3 again. Karon still in pit. I almost said pimped there. And is hiding away there, but he must be called already, so the terrorists probably know that Karon is still there in pit. They only have 2 CTs from spawn, and the terrorists safely plant the bomb. Sipnix takes out Karon there. Finally the pit player is down. Pim takes out Nazu, and only Natu with 9 HP standing against 3 Ts, and he goes down to Pimp. Copenhagen Wolves finish up with a 16-6 scoreline, and it wasn't quite as devastating as it was against Very Games, but only 2 rounds difference on the scoreline. ENCE really unlucky with the first day of games. But I hope they come back and give us some nice matches. Obviously, Copenhagen was one of the favorites in the ESEA ladder. So I thank you for tuning in. I hope the lags weren't that bad. In the end, I only streamed in 640 times 480, and it will get better in November when I have my new PC. I promise you guys. And I will just stream whatever matches aren't covered at all, so there's at least a chance to update the scores in the browser and keep track of that. So this was me for today. I leave you to the other streamers. Of course, Jay began to stream CSGO again, and I really like his streams. You should tune in there. He's got a good production as well. If you like NIPTV, of course, tune in there. They have the other match of Copenhagen Wolves that is coming up. I thank you for tuning in, and I wish you a good night and have fun with the other match of tonight.